Since we're in the dead of winter, I thought it might be fun to do a winter scene. So I don't think I've ever showed the Aurora Borealis before, or the Northern Lights, so that's what we're going to do today. Okay, I'm going to start right from the very beginning to make this just as easy as possible for you. As you can see here, I have just a black canvas. Now all this is just black gesso. This is a 12 by 16 canvas, and this is what I'm going to be using. The first step I want to do is to take a little bit of the oil medium, any kind of a medium that you want that is of a liquid nature. I take and pour a little bit of that on a paper towel. I don't have very much on there, and then that's the easiest way to get your canvas covered. That's the easiest way that I know of anyway. It's a lot easier than trying to do it with a brush. So you go over the whole canvas, covering it totally, and do not put it on thick. You want this very, very light. Otherwise, what happens is your painting will slide right off the canvas, and you don't want that. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And I know this is going to be maybe hard to see because I have a light up above, and so I know there's a little bit of a glare. But anyway, that looks very covered. So cover the oil, set it aside. The colors I'm going to be using are white, alizarin crimson, Prussian blue, sap green, and mountain mix color. Mountain mix color is just a combination of any dark colors that you have. And the brushes and knives are a 1-inch brush, just a palette knife, and fan brush. And that's my tools. Okay, so to start out with, the first thing I want to do is put some color on this background. Now these colors are transparent, so that means you can see through them. So you won't be able to see this when I do it on the canvas. Just load your brush really well and just go anywhere. I'm going to start up in this corner, and I'm just putting some color in here. And I know, like I said, I know you can't see it, but trust me, it's there. Again, don't get it too thick. Okay, wipe your brush out very well as you can. Just wipe it out. You don't have to get every single bit of color out. Okay, next I'm going to go into Prussian blue. Again, same thing, tap, tap, tap. Get it into the bristles. And I'm going to go into this corner. As you can see, I'm being very careful. Not. Oh. I'll tell you, I love doing these kind of paintings because I'm from Alaska also. And as you know, Bob Ross was in Alaska in the military. And so I just kind of developed a kinship with him, and I love these kind of paintings. Northern Lights are gorgeous. Okay, again, wipe off the brush as best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to go into my third color, which will be sap green. Again, tap, tap, tap. And let's go in through the middle area. And just mush it around, mix it in. Okay, I'm going to call that good. So I have the 3 colors on there now. Again, wipe off the brush really well, or a matter of fact, it would be a good thing to just go ahead and clean it for the next step that we'll use this brush for. So to start out with, I'm going to take a fan brush and I'm going to go into some titanium white, and I'm just loading both sides of the brush. I hope you can see this. I know I've got a little glare up here. It's from my light up above. So I hope you'll be able to see the finished result because it's quite neat. Anyway, loading both sides of the brush. Go up to your canvas, and what I want to do is make a design of the Aurora Borealis or the Northern Lights, and you can make any design you want, but start by just doing a little tapping. Now I realize that this is not going to look like much to start out with. Let's do something over here, coming around, maybe like that. There. And I think that's all we'll do, because if you overdo it, it becomes too much. So already you can see that there is some color on there, but this is the magic. With the 1-inch brush, what you do is take and you're going to, I have a paper towel handy because you're going to be wiping your brush off. So what you do, decide whether your angle is going to go this way or this way. I want my angle to go this way, so I'm going to just lightly brush up, 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 up. Wipe off that brush really good. Now let's go over here. Up, 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 up. Wipe off the brush really good. Isn't that great? I mean, it's just so easy. Now, once your brush is wiped off, you can go over it again if you want larger streaks or more blended. And do this very lightly. You don't want to push too heavy because then it gets to be a smeared mess. But look at that. Isn't that great? Let's do it over here. You see, anytime you pick up, I can see a little bit of white here, wipe off the brush again. You gotta admit, that is pretty spectacular, and that's how you do a Northern Lights. Very easy. Well, that's my lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please subscribe, and I'll see you again next month. Thank you for stopping by.